Round 11 of the VFL. It was the grand final rematch between Geelong and Port Melbourne. A highly anticipated game, David Rees-Jones, but it turned out to be an absolute massacre, and the Cats got the same result they got in the grand final.
Well, they got a bit better result. They were way too good on the day. But I just like their attitude. They chased hard. They ran down their opponents. They really did put some pressure on. Look, early on, Port hit the front very early in the game, mainly through kicking straight. But they looked dangerous every time they brought the ball inside 50 and were able to score. And that's what kept them in the game early.
Danny Hughes getting involved there. O'Sullivan kicking a goal. Port kicked 3 of the first 4 goals of the game and actually led by 8 points after 13 minutes. But then there was a remarkable turnaround. And those sort of mistakes that you see on the goal line, they're allowing Bathy to kick the goal. Very un-Port Melbourne-like.
Yeah, no pressure at all. That was basically an uncontested mark. And Holmer, he had a pretty good game. I mean, the one thing about this Geelong team, and one of the things I love about the VFL is watching good, young, talented players. And, gee, there is an abundance of them in this Geelong team. They've got some seriously good, young, talented players, and the AFL list of players all contributed when they had to.
Even at this stage, Adrian Bonadio kicks the goal. They're 7 points behind at the 9-minute mark in the second quarter, and that just seemed to flick the switch. Hartman got himself involved a couple of times. They actually kicked the last 7 goals of the quarter. They kicked 7 goals in 20 minutes, and that was it, game over.
Yeah. And the one thing was their kicking skills, and they were able to put the ball to the advantage of their teammates time and time again. There's a great mark there.
Sam O'Sullivan.
One of the few highlights from a very disappointing Port Melbourne today.
And look at all the pressure that Geelong were able to exert, and yet they seem to be able to get through Port Melbourne a lot easier. Great contest there from Walker, just crashing the pack, clearing the path for Hartman. They did all the little things really well.
Yeah, they certainly did, and that's a real attitude thing. It's just a matter of really willing yourself to contest, and it becomes infectious when the good tackles are made and the pressure's being applied time and time again. You want to be involved in it.
After half-time, it was 9 goals to 4. It looked as though Gary Ayres made a concerted change at half-time, and he was making sure that his players didn't turn the football over, but all that did was it turned into a bit of a game of keepings off for Port Melbourne, and then once they turned it over, the likes of Smets were able to finish clinically.
Well, that's it. They're quality footballers, and the more they handled the ball, Port Melbourne, the more chance they had of making a mistake. When the mistake was made, Geelong pounced and scored.
There's one of their 6 goals in the last quarter, one of their 15 goal kickers, Ben Raidme, kicking a goal in the final term, one of 21 for the Cats. And Dom Gleeson there with a big smile on his face, and why wouldn't he have a big smile on his face? Port actually finished up with more of the football, but that's misleading. Have a look at the inside 50 count. It was lopsided from the word go, and in the end it was a massive victory, an 85-point win to Geelong, 21-17, 143. Port Melbourne, 9 goals for 58, and if there was any doubt about who the VFL flag favourite is, it was dispelled at Cardinia Park in round 11.